Welcome back. In this lecture, you will learn how to fact check and validate the information that ChatGPT gives you. This is so important because it's no secret, and you should know this by now, that ChatGPT will make up its own facts, it will lie about numbers, and it will invent whatever information it needs to fit its own narrative. So not everything that ChatGPT says is true, which means that when it comes to researching information and doing information synthesis, we need to be extra careful with the output that ChatGPT gives us. We could even ask ChatGPT directly. I'll ask, how good are you at fact-checking and providing sources to the information you find? And hit enter. So ChatGPT says, as an AI, I don't actively fact-check or provide sources for the information I share in real time because I don't have the ability to browse the internet or access new information beyond my training cutoff in September 2021. However, my responses are based on a wide array of information from diverse and reputable services, including textbooks, academic papers, etc. I strongly recommend users verify important facts independently. So ChatGPT knows of its own weakness, and in this lecture, we are going to learn how to cover this weakness so we can still use the most amazing tool in the world, ChatGPT, in order to research, fact-check information and validate that information. So let's use a prompt and get some hard statistical facts that we can actually fact-check. So I'm gonna use the prompt, give me 10 statistical facts about starting a restaurant business, and hit enter. So we've gotten some hard facts here from ChatGPT. The first one is success rate. According to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics in the US, about 60% of new restaurants fail within the first year, and nearly 80% shutter before their 5th anniversary. Shutter meaning close down. So in order to fact check this, all I'm going to do is that I'm going to grab this piece of statement or this piece of claimed fact. I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to go to a site called perplexity.ai. Perplexity is completely free. All we need to do is move over to the box in here that says ask anything. We're gonna let it browse the internet. I'm gonna paste it in, and then I'm gonna hit enter. So now what this tool is going to do for us is going to try to find sources for the claim. So it says the exact failure rate for restaurants is difficult to determine and varies depending on the source. Here are some statistics from the search results. The National Restaurant Association estimates a 20% success rate for all restaurants. Now, if I wanted to check out that source, we can see that there is a 1 here. If I hold command and I click there, I can go straight to that source and start reading it through. So Perplexity gives me access to the sources of information that it finds based on the information that we paste in from ChatGPT. So this is sort of a shortcut where we can grab claims from ChatGPT, put it into Perplexity, and Perplexity will try to verify it and give you the sources of the information so you can verify it yourself. So here, for example, we can also read the National Restaurant Association estimates that a 30% failure rate is the norm in the US restaurant industry. We can check out the source in here. And when we're talking about reputable sources, foodindustry.com, that is going to be a highly reputable source. We can read through this and look for the facts that we're looking for. And further down, we have a 2014 study by the 2 UC Berkeley economists reported that 70% of independently owned full-service restaurant startups failed within the first year. Again, we can click here, check out the article, and verify it ourselves. At the bottom, we get a conclusion that says, overall, while there is no definitive answer to what the exact failure rate for restaurants is, it is clear that it's a challenging industry with a high rate of failure. That is true. But if we look around, we can see that 80% fail within the 5 years of opening, which is this claim as well. 80% shutter before their 5th anniversary. And there's a source to it right here. We can see the National Restaurant Association estimates that 30% failure rate is the norm in the US restaurant industry. We can see about 60% of restaurants fail within their first year and 80% fail within 5 years of opening, which is the exact claim, which is also from ChatGPT. And now we have that source here. So all in all, for this piece of information, while it does jump up and down, these estimates are pretty good facts that now can be cited and sourced right here. So let's do another one. Startup cost. A survey by restaurantowner.com found that the median cost to open a restaurant is $275,000 or $3,046 per seat. If owning the building is figured into the amount, the median cost is $425,000 or $3,734,000 per seat. Let's grab all of this claim, copy it, move back, and now I'm going to move to the left and click on new thread. I'm going to leave it on internet, paste it in, hit enter. So now the first piece of text we get, according to a survey by, this is the restaurant, the median cost of opening a restaurant is, and these are the same numbers. However, if the owning of the building is the same numbers, and now we have a source. So let's go ahead and check out the source. So now all we need to do is scroll down, read through all of these, check out the source of the site, make sure that it is valid, and then if it cites any additional links or information in here, check out those sources as well. But now we have a direct source to the claim that ChatGPT made that was made available to us thanks to Perplexity. So we're able to verify these numbers as well, and we're gonna do one last example. The average annual sales for US restaurants are around $863,000 as per a Toast report in 2019. I'm going to copy all of that. New thread, paste it in, hit enter. And then we get the data from Perplexity that says, according to a report at Credibly, the average yearly revenue for a restaurant is about $486,000. However, this number can vary greatly due to factors such as seasonal changes and the success of individual restaurants. So what we want to do here, of course, is to check out this source. So here's the source. I'm going to open it up. And in here, I can, of course, read through the article and find the data and learn about it. But I can also click on Command F and search for those specific types of data that I'm looking for. So it said $486,000, which is a fact that we can verify with a source at credibly.com. The question is, we were doing fact checking for annual sales for US restaurants. So the question is, what is Credibly based on? We can go back to the source, we can click on About and click on Company. And we can see that it says we serve businesses in over 325 industries across the US. So they are a US-based company and they're doing US-based surveys. So all in all, coming back to our fact checking, this number sounds too high. It does seem like the actual number here is closer to $486,000. And that is also a number that we can verify with a source. And this is going to be so important when we do our fact checking and validate any information that we find. It's always better to use a source for any facts and claims that we make. So this would be the new number, and ChatGPT couldn't really back up what it said, but here we can, thanks to combining ChatGPT with Perplexity. So once again, whenever you need to verify any facts or validate any data, go to perplexity.ai, use a new thread, search the internet, copy paste in the claim, and then check out the source to make sure that it is true or it's not true. And you're also going to find that reading through this text is immensely helpful. It's usually going to tell you right off if it's true, if it's not true, if it's likely or not likely true, and what the sources are. And then you have everything you need to create a ton of information with ChatGPT and validate everything with credible sources. Amazing. So let's move on, and I'll see you in the next lecture.